Hello, my name is Samuel Warwick. I have autism. The entertainment industry has been a huge part of my childhood. So, by being inspired to see other entertainment podcasters interviewing other people from television shows, I decided to do one myself. To know about some funny behind the scenes, bloopers, and some stuff that we probably didn't know about while they were making the certain type of show. This is Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. Let's go to the podcast now. All right, we are recording now. Okay, well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick, episode 29. Man, I can't wait. I cannot wait because we're almost at episode 30. So this is incredible. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I am your host as always, Samuel Warwick. And here with me, I only have one co-host with me today. Sadly, I was supposed to have more, but I don't know what's going on. I know one of them had to work and such. So yeah, it's whatever. But here I have Martin Krebs with me. Welcome, Martin.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, I'm just just so over the years we've had a lot of voice actors. I'm actually really excited for this voice actor because this voice actor is voiced in some of my was in one of my favorite shows of all time. Not particularly the best era of the show, but it's whatever. But anyway, not only has he done this, but he has done many video games. He's did James Jameson on the Lego Marvel video games, the second Lego Marvel. He's done many commercials, and yeah, up there mainly for UK audiences. He's an American living up in the UK, and I'm gonna go ahead and get to him now. And he also did various voices for Thomas characters such as Cranky, Charlie, Butch, Ferdinand, and most importantly, Spencer. So,
Spencer.
yep, and right there was his voice. Right there was just his voice. Yep, he's here with us too. It is Glenn Rage. Hello, hello. How are you, sir?
I'm
Hey.
fantastic, Samuel. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. It's like
Thanks for asking me to come on today.
thanks, no problem. I mean, it's I fun fact. I'm a massive fan of Thomas. So, and I've watched Thomas for so many years. So it's great that I'm able to interact with interact with a voice actor. Probably if I'm not one of the best eras of Thomas and Friends, but it's what it's still whatever. It's still neat, but the voice acting is still good. It's still good in it
Thank you.
regardless. Even though I don't care for that era, the voice acting is still good regardless. So yeah. So before we get into I like to ask people their origin story and stuff like that. So how did you first become an actor? Because apparently you were an actor too. So why don't you get into that?
Okay. Well, I was living in New York. I'm born and raised in New York, and
Nice.
I was interested in being an actor when I got out of the service back in 1984 maybe, and
1984.
I wanted to. I picked up an agent to model, and a lot of my friends were saying, "You need to get to some acting classes. You need to take some acting classes. You need to broaden your horizons a bit." And I thought, "Oh, that's a very good idea." So I studied in New York at a place called William Esper Studios, and I liked it. And my sister lived in the UK. My sister already lived in England, so
All
I
right.
had this brainstorm that I would fly over to England and spend a bit of time there and take some acting courses here. Um, and I did, and I never left.
All right.
I started working, and I like the lifestyle I have here.
Yeah.
So I stuck around.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a very good story. That's very interesting. I honestly, I'll be honest with you. I've watched a lot of UK exclusive stuff as well, and I've tried to get some. I think you know what? I don't know if I should say this, but I think we're getting another female actress in January.
So
Okay.
yeah, she worked on a couple of CITV shows. So I don't know if you're familiar with CITV or not there.
No.
Oh, you're not familiar with CITV? Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I mean,
Sorry.
we all have in the UK, it's.
What is it? What is CITV?
Oh, CITV is like it's the children's ITV, like it was ITV, like children's.
Oh, ITV, but for children. Oh, okay. Right.
Yes,
Right. Okay.
that, yeah, and she worked on it, and this person worked on a couple of things for it.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, I'll let you know. She was one of the. I don't know if you know the show The Worst Witch that's there. That's up
No.
there. That was from there. You don't? Okay. Yeah. Well, she played somebody on that, and so we're having a witch, one of the witches, be part of this. But
Fantastic.
yeah,
Fantastic.
that's neat. But yeah, I
Yeah.
just want
Cool.
now going into your voice acting. Why don't you talk about how you got into voice acting and doing that?
Sure. Sure. Um, we're doing just legitimate acting, and I call acting now a walk and talk, right? So if you're doing legitimate stuff, it's theater, TV, film, but I was doing and theater. I was doing a play with a very good voice artist, an actor, American who lives here, named Robert Firth, and he suggested that I find a voice agent to increase my earning potential. As instead of just doing straight acting or theater, or if as many strings to the bow as possible, so to speak. So
Oh,
I had another friend who had a very good agent here, and another actor, American. We kind of all hang out together as
hmm
American actors. We all
yeah.
know each other. Living over here, there's a small pool of us. And at that time, we all knew each other. I mean, now there's a lot more, funny enough. But so this friend of mine, John Schwab, he was with his agency called Hobson's, which is my voice agency,
Cool.
and he said they've got an opening for an American. Somebody, they need another Yank there. Why don't you go and talk to the girls up at the office? And I submitted. I had a small show reel from some animation I'd done, and just VO stuff I'd picked up through my acting agent. And I went to see them, and they were happy to take me on board. And that was it. That was over 20 years ago. My God, it's about 25
Wow.
years ago. Yes, I've
Wow.
been with that agency for about 25
My
years.
gosh. So
Eh,
you've lived over there for a long time.
That's
Yes,
really
That's
sir.
cool.
you and I think Stefan said he's lived here for a long time too. So that's
Yeah, he's been here a long time. I've known Stefan a very long time.
wow. I
Yeah,
think
we
you guys
worked
have.
together on a commercial many years ago.
Oh, was it like Ben 10? I know you guys did a few Ben 10 commercials, and we'll get
Yeah,
into that.
it was I think it was a Pizza Hut or something commercial.
Oh, oh, Pizza Hut.
Way. I mean, I'm going way back. I'm going, 25 years ago back. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we were both
interesting.
much younger and much more handsome then.
Oh my goodness. Nah, no, well, you sound handsome to me.
Bless you.
You sound pretty cool to me. So that's,
Cheers.
but yeah,
Yeah, but no, we go back a long way. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's it. I mean, since once I started doing VO, I really fell in love with the
But
the way it's done. It's very consistent as opposed to acting,
yeah,
and you get to play many different characters without having to look a certain way.
yeah.
It's just about your voice.
Most certainly, certainly. To be honest, I've tried some Thomas voice acting too, but you
Uh
know,
huh.
yes, I've done stuff from the older Thomases, like before you came around. I've done some voice.
Yeah.
We've done redubs for the older Thomases before,
Ah.
the Thomases that came before you came around. Like we went like the
Right.
part where the celebrities were narrating Thomas, and you had the
Yeah.
two
Yeah. Ringo
Michaels.
Starr. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you had the two Michaels doing it, like Michael Angelis, who was over there, and Michael Brandon, who narrated it over here for our country. So
Right.
yeah,
Was Michael Brandon the storyteller?
Yes, he's
on the
yes.
episodes that I did.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was, and I
Yeah.
think, and then I think later Mark Morgan took over. Mark Morgan.
I remember Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Michael's lived there a long time too. So
Yeah.
there we go. There we go. We're getting some good Americans voices. So that's good. That's but yeah, but yeah, did you do any voices before you went into Thomas, or was Thomas your first voiceover? I don't think Thomas is your first voice character though. I don't think so.
No,
Wow.
I was doing games. I mean, I'd have to get up my IMDb page to be honest, because it's so long ago now. You know, I mean, I've just been doing VO for so long.
Oh, it was a long time.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
it's
I
kind
had
of
to, yeah, I looked in some of your video games and I don't see a few games that I'm familiar with. Like I think I might be familiar. I'm trying to think.
well. Let's. I'll have a little look. I'm just trying to put it in chronological order. I'd have to figure out when I started doing Thomas and what I was doing
Well,
before
I think you
Thomas.
did Thomas in 2009 because that's when the first movie came out.
Yeah, that's right. That's before my son was born. So that's how long ago it
Oh
was. Yeah.
wow. Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when he was born, I I got some I would get the DVDs for him, and I got some toys for him. I got a toy with my voice on it, a
Oh,
massive
oh, you want to know
toy
something?
cranky.
I had a I have another fan here. Here's another co-host. Hi Ben. His
All
name's
right.
Ben. His name's Ben. Hi
Hey
Ben.
Ben, how you
Hey,
doing?
Ben.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, so this is the dude that did Spencer a little bit. Spencer and all the Thomas voices a little bit. So this is him.
Hey
Welcome.
man, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
So yeah,
Good.
we're just looking up some of his video games right now. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm just
yeah.
trying to think when I started doing. So you said 2009 was
This one
when
the
we
first
started
Thomas.
Thomas.
I got a question. Did you get the UK dub of Thomas or did you get the US dub? Because I know the UK dub's more was probably where you were.
I just did US.
Okay, okay. So you
Yeah,
showed your son the US dub too.
yeah.
Okay, so I bet you had to get like an American or a multi-region player in order for that to happen because
When we auditioned for the Thomas, when they started the process for that new cast, you know, and it was that ensemble of Americans, Kerry Shale and Martin.
yes, yes.
Um, what's his surname? Anyway, they had the auditions, and they didn't want anybody sounding too regional. So I wanted to do cranky like a New Yorker, you know, like hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'm Cranky the Crane up here.
Yep, I
And
remember that voice.
they didn't want that. They didn't want anything regional. They wanted a generic accent. They wanted the voice, you know, to be cranky, but I
Yes.
couldn't do it like a guy from Brooklyn, you know. And I'm from Queens, so I wanted to do them like this here. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God, Cranky, oh my God, Cranky, I am such a fan, Cranky. Cranky, you rock.
Cheers, man. But yeah, so but we worked in a
Oh my gosh.
we worked at a place called the Sound Company, which is where
Yes.
I had done. I knew the engineer there because I'd done an animated feature back in 2004
Oh,
called Buzino and the Snurks. I mean,
oh wow.
it wasn't big, but it was. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean, I've been doing games since. I'm just looking here. My first game was in 1996.
Oh wow.
That's a long time ago. You
That
probably weren't
is
even
a
born yet.
no, I was not. No, I was not. Wait,
Yeah.
it says you did something for Xenoblade. I've never played Xenoblade, but I played some of the characters from Xenoblade, like Shulk in
Okay.
Smash Brothers. So,
Uh, I
so
don't, you know, with games, I do quite a few games, and I wouldn't have time to play them all. You know, I kind of got away from gaming. Probably last 15 years, I haven't done much gaming because my
oh
son was born and
yeah,
getting a bit
yeah,
busy. You know.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
true.
that's totally understandable.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's totally understandable. But okay, but you already talked about your audition for Cranky. Actually, can you talk about your audition for, of course, Spencer?
Well, it was all the same day. So we went in and I read for a few characters that day. I guess I read for Spencer. I probably read for Cranky. I read for another character who I didn't play for very long, called Charlie.
Yeah, oh yeah, Charlie.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
played him
care
for a
for
little
that
while,
character.
but he has a very high.
Yes.
I played him very high, up here, and it's really hard for a guy with me who's got quite a deep
Yes.
voice to
Yes.
Yeah.
maintain that
I
that
remember
pitch.
that Char. I remember that. A lot of people did not like Charlie. I did not like him particularly either. I had a
All
toy
right.
Yeah.
Charlie. I did have a toy Charlie too.
Oh, did you?
I did, but but I actually recently things got tossed. So people were cleaning it. I had a people like there were like a set of like church people cleaning, like there were like a group of Christian men cleaning my house
Oh
for
no,
helping us
they
out.
threw.
And then they apparently threw some of the stuff that I had in a room away.
Oh
So
no,
yeah, I had a talking Spencer for a long time.
did you? Was it the
Yes,
little die cast, the metal
yes,
one?
yes, I did.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, those are
Well,
some
my
of his.
son has it.
Yeah, those are some of
Oh,
the
there's
older.
there's a
Yeah, those
there's
are.
some
Oh
Thomas
yeah,
Burch.
those are the ones that Michael Brandon narrated before you all came. This few seasons before
Ah,
you guys
okay,
came. I don't know if you knew
right.
that Michael Brandon did all the voices
No,
before
I
you
wasn't
came.
familiar with it back then. No,
Oh, you weren't familiar with Thomas?
I mean I'd heard of it. But I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's okay. I mean that's
Yeah,
totally fine. I mean, hey, you're just getting into knowing for kids, so that's okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I was a bit older.
but another yeah.
I guess I was probably about my late 30s when I got on top.
Yeah,
So
cool. Yeah, another one that
yeah.
I remember, and I know this is actually another terrible character. His name's Ferdinand, and he was from one of the worst Thomas movies, Misty Island Rescue,
Mr.
hated
Allen
by
Oh
Rescue. Yeah.
yeah.
which is
Yeah,
hated
Mr.
by
Allen
fans.
Rescue. Oh God.
Everybody hated that Tom. They hated that
Really?
Tom. Yeah, everybody hated it. All Thomas
Wonder
fans hate
why.
it.
Why is that?
I don't know. That people said that I don't. Well, a lot of people didn't like CGI regardless because it was a lot of rhyme. They didn't like Sharon Miller's writing. A lot of the rhyming because it was like Dr. Seuss and a lot of
Yes. Yes.
I see. I
and it
see.
was just the CGI was just to me. I never particularly cared for the CGI of Thomas really, but like I said earlier, I do give you credit for your voice. You do have a good voice in these characters.
Did did
Oh,
did Sharon
definitely.
Miller write the Miss the Island Rescue episode?
Yes, she did.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Ben, you had a question? Ask.
So, it was kind of to add on to how everybody hates CGI Thomas. I feel like the worst one was the one that has like the models, but they put the CGI faces onto it. What season was that again?
That was season 12, and that was before he. That was the season before he came, before Glenn
Right.
Rose came. And actually,
Yeah,
Mhm.
fun fact about that season: Pierce Brosnan was actually going to narrate that season. If you didn't know,
I remember hearing that. Yeah.
yeah, Pierce was actually going to
Yes, I
narrate
heard about
that
that.
season for Thomas, but then for budgeting reasons, they thought it would be better if he and Simon Spencer, who was the producer before you guys came, was actually was like, I think he was better for the move as a guest than a full narrator. So they're like, okay. And then budget wise, they thought, so they were like,
Right.
but yeah, but personally,
Yeah.
like
No,
I
I don't remember. I can remember like looking on YouTube at the older Thomas the Tank Engine stuff, and I thought that the CGI version that where I jumped on board and those seasons that I worked on, I mean, visually I thought they were better. That's personal choice, I mean,
I mean,
I think I like CGI.
I
I think it
mean,
works better. You can do more with the characters,
I
more
res-
expressive.
I
Yeah,
understand. I understand where I mean, I understand where you're coming from that. Like, I think for a long time, a lot of people were like, why does Thomas just stand still? He just makes a face impression and doesn't, you know.
yeah,
And I think,
yeah.
and we had this guest back in maybe July, I think, or late June, I think. We had another one saying, I think he wasn't Mark Hoffmeyer, who was another guest that we've had on the show. He mentioned saying, well, it kind of takes that charm away. The CGI took that charm away with Thomas a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
If that's if you have a sort of a nostalgic appreciation of it, I understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand somebody's point of view there.
Yeah, I mean, we're not. I mean, of course, we don't hate your voice acting. We don't hate. We don't hate it. We don't hate it. I like it. I still like it. But
That's good. Thank
yeah,
you.
Too.
I will have to say one of the characters I do actually despise that you hated was Ferdinand. He was kind of a weird character too, because he only just said "that's right" and
That's right. Very difficult. Very
it was
difficult.
like, oh,
That's right. I mean, it was silly. It was like,
oh my God, you still got
yeah,
the voice of the character. Oh my God.
Oh my god.
yeah. That's all you would do. That's right. That's right. What is that? It was
Yes.
believe me, it was difficult as an
Oh
actor
my
to just
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, Thomas
Oh,
fans.
yes.
Thomas fans, this is nostalgia here. Man, we had a lot of voice people on this show. I gotta say, this is some of the triggers. These are one of the best triggers that we've had. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh look, yeah, his cat's at the screen. What you do? What's your cat?
Ben's got his cat in front of the.
Over
My
here.
cat just went upstairs.
Oh yeah, my cat's wandering around right now. My cat's wandering around the house right now. He's probably with my dad.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
No.
but actually, guess what I have here? I guess I can go ahead and show this off. So I actually have a few of your merch actually. So I actually have this
Okay.
movie. I actually got this in the mail recently by another YouTube
Well,
fan of
that was
mine.
a good Spencer
Yep,
DVD.
yep. This is Hero of the Rails.
Yeah.
This is Hero of
Yeah.
the Rails, and I have the disc here. There it is.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I got this book. I got this book here. This is a book that has various stories and stuff like that. And yeah, and also hold up. I'm gonna see if I can pull this. That's you, and then that's with
Here.
that's your
Yeah.
character and with together
Yeah.
right there. And then actually, you
Cool.
know what? I do as I that will make you happy. I have a little Spencer figurine here.
Oh, he's tiny. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I have a Spencer figurine here.
No.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty.
No.
So yeah, that's pretty neat. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and also one of the episodes I watched a few episodes. I watched one that before we came. I watched the two of them before we came here. I watched Spencer the Grand, which is the episode where Spencer was lost in the fog, and then he had to look, and then he was trying to look for the
Yes.
summer house.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't see a lot of those because in England they play the English cast
Yes,
versions.
I know, but they're on YouTube though. They're on YouTube.
Yeah. I'll have to have a look for that. I'm going to write that down. Spencer
Yeah,
the Grand.
yeah, Spencer the Grand, and then there was another one called Welcome Stafford.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Welcome Stafford was another one, and that's where he loses where Stafford he keeps running off, and then Stafford keeps going down. He keeps losing his battery, and so that's another one. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, I remember Spencer's VIP as well, but that came much later during Mark Morgan's when Mark Morgan was doing narrating for Thomas. And when I first saw Mark Morgan, I did not particularly care for him. I will be honest about that.
When did he come along? I don't remember.
He came on in the 17th season, I think, like
Okay.
right around the time King of the Railway came, I think. So
I don't remember. I'd have to see some of his episodes. I can't really remember.
yeah, you still did Cranky for so many years too. So that's another character. You did that for so many years.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
Now I don't remember if Spencer was one of the original engines. I don't think so. I think
no,
they
no,
created Spencer
no,
later.
no. Spencer came in the seventh season of Thomas actually.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he came in. He came in one of the. He came in like Gordon in the episode Gordon and Spencer, which was before you. This was like 2003. So
Okay.
you were still in act. So you were just still doing just some acting then, and just getting into things then.
Yeah, 2003. What was I doing back then?
I don't know.
Probably some computer games.
Yeah, because of Huge Games, I think I forgot what you were on. Were you on Thunderpants or something? Were you on Thunderpants then too? I think that was 2002. I think.
Oh, that's way back. Yeah, that was 2002. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of your acting stuff. I don't remember the name of them. So, but
Yeah, way back. Way back.
yeah. Oh,
Perfect Dog Zero. That was 2005. That was a
oh
good game.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
I've
Captain
never heard of
Scarlet.
it. I've never heard of it. Yes,
Yeah,
Martin.
but I mean, I don't think you were playing Xbox games in 2005,
No,
were you?
no, no, not quite yet. Not yet. Not
Yeah,
quite.
you'd have been too young.
Not quite. No. Yeah, Martin.
So yeah, I actually have a question. I also heard that you also did the voice of what?
Yes, Butch.
Of
Butch. That breakdown vehicle.
on Thomas.
Yes, he was the
Yes.
little.
Do you know that's I don't remember doing Butch. Um,
It said
I
on IMDb you did.
okay. So the thing is, if he was was he a regular character or just a one off?
I think he was another one of those one-offs. I think, and you
One
didn't
off.
know about it.
Yeah,
It's okay if you didn't know.
if it's a one off character, I wouldn't remember him
Yeah,
necessarily because when you constantly doing voiceover, you don't know every character you do, or you don't
yeah,
remember every character
that's
you do.
true.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
true. I understand.
yeah. It's the same with games. I've done so many computer games that I couldn't. I have to look at IMDb, and even that isn't 100%. It's maybe 95%, 90%.
Yeah, of
So I
course,
can't tell you all the stuff I've
of
done.
course, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kind of one thing blends to the next.
here's this. You want to know this? I mean, the CGI was so long ago. They started the CGI so long ago, and that's like maybe actually almost over 15 years. Oh, that's like 15 years ago when they first started. Now,
Yeah, it's quite a while ago.
since the 13th season, and honestly, it still ages pretty well to this day. Actually, I got to admit, it still actually
Good.
ages.
Yeah, it
It doesn't.
does.
It still actually sticks
What's
up.
are they still making? Are they making new stuff? Are they doing new episodes?
Uh, they are making a new Thomas, but it's terrible.
Oh,
It's
really?
a thing called All Engines Go, and
Okay.
it was kind of bad. I don't like it. It's All Engines Go, Thomas and Friends All Engines Go, and the design and everything is just is horrific.
Oh dear, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Is
know.
it CGI?
No, it's like a complete cartoon. I'll see if I can pull it up on my phone, my inactive phone here. Let's see if I can pull it. See if I
I'll
can
have a
pull it
look.
up.
I'll have a look. Well,
So it's called All Engines Go, and this is what the show actually looks like now. This is what it looks like. I have it on my phone. This is what it looks like.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it looks like it's
Oh.
for very young kids.
Yep, I don't like it.
Yeah. Oh
I
dear.
just I'm just like no, no, this is not good.
Boy, yeah. There's a lot of negative ratings on it.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, it's not that good. It's not that
A
good.
lot of 1-star ratings. A
It's
lot of one
pretty
star.
awful.
It's pretty
Oh
bad.
yeah.
It's
Oh
pretty
well, there we
bad.
are. That's the general consensus then.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
also looking at at some more of your other shows. So before we get back into more Thomas and talking about that, there was
Uh
something else
huh.
I wanted to mention. You mentioned you did something for Transformers Universe. I haven't seen much of Transformers Universe.
Was that a game?
I think
That was on a.
I think it was a game, Transformers
Yeah.
Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, um I'm pretty sure it is a video game.
I know
Yeah.
I have some of the movie games that came out. I have some of the movie games that came out, like Dark of the Moon, and I think there's Rise of the Dark Spark. I have those on my PlayStations.
Okay. Uh huh. Uh huh.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
actually,
I played a few characters on the Transformers games.
oh,
Yeah,
cool. Like
I remember that. Yeah.
which ones do you remember playing? Because I might, because let's see if it might trigger my memory a bit. Because were you Starscream? Or were you Megatron?
Oh, I need to look it up. it up.
Yeah, it's been
Let's
so
have a
long
look here.
ago. It's been so long ago. So
Yeah, yeah. But I remember having fun doing it because I was a bit of a Transformers fan.
nice,
Transformers have been around a long time.
nice.
So yeah, I think I played a guy named Hotwire, Triage.
Hotwire. I
Yeah,
don't know if I know that character, Hotwire, too much. I'm not so sure if
I'm
I
gonna
do.
Google it now.
I'm not so sure if I
Yeah,
do.
me neither.
I only know Bumblebee, Sideswipe, Mirage,
Yeah, that'd be the
Ironhide, and then
yeah,
Megatron and Starscream.
yeah.
And
That's
then
the there's
yeah,
Hotwire.
yeah, yeah.
He's the crew of the Leviathan when it shot down the
Oh
auto
yeah,
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. You've had quite. Oh yeah. Speaking, do you know what I did come across? I came across a funny video. There was like a Thomas and Transformers mix. Like Thomas, there was like a Thomas video and like It was mixed with like Spencer was being a Transformer, and it was
Oh
like,
really?
yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, what the?
Yes.
Oh my
You've
god.
seen that one?
Yeah, it was like Spencer was like a Transformer. It was like a cartoon animated thing. I don't know. It was like a fan
Huh.
made thing.
Huh.
Like that's just crazy. And actually, speaking of video games, did I have a question? Did you do anything for Sumo Digital, which is a video game company up there? Did you do anything for them? I'm just curious. Or did you do any auditions for them?
I'm again. I apologize, Sam. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Again, when
It's
you
okay.
when you read for so much stuff,
It's okay.
I don't keep track of who the companies are that are making
Hmm.
the games. I
It's
just go in
okay.
and read.
It's okay.
Yeah, I just show up and talk.
It's it that I mean, it's okay. I'm just curious because I do know somebody who I don't know if you would know this name, but there's another American, and he's actually done some work for that company. He did like a Sonic game. His name was
Oh,
Mac McDonald. I don't know if that sounds
yeah,
familiar.
of course I know Mac
Oh,
McDonald.
you do? Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh, you
My,
too?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
oh my God! Yeah,
Oh my God.
dude, he was the announcer on Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing. That was
No kidding.
Yes.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I love that game. I've been playing that game recently too. I've tried to get
Huh.
him actually.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to
Uh-huh.
get him, but I couldn't. I tried looking for his agency. I went through Classical Voices, but I didn't get an answer. And then I found one of his daughter's email, and I
Yeah.
asked about him, but I don't think he didn't
I worked
respond
with his
back.
daughter not too long ago.
Oh, really? Jess McDonald?
Yeah.
Was it Jessica? Yeah, Jessica McDonald
Yeah.
or Naomi. It was
Yeah.
Jessica. Yeah, it was Jessica
Yeah,
because
she's an actress. Yeah.
yes, because Jessica does a lot of voice. Yeah, she did something for Gumball too. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
really cool. Yeah. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
okay. Yo, can you please, you need to forward this along. Do you have any of their contact info? Like, do you have Mac's contact? Because I would
Uh,
like to know if he would be able to be on this podcast.
if I could probably find his daughter. I don't think I have his contact details.
Yeah, because I actually,
Uh,
you know who I actually emailed? I actually emailed his daughter, actually asking for him, saying that I know his voice for Sonic and Sega, but I don't think I got a reply back.
okay.
So I see.
Well, I mean, I don't know her number personally, but
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just looking at my phone to see if I have.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, the number I have for him is so long, so old.
yeah.
I did a
Okay.
film with him
Oh,
called
let's see if I can find her. So
what was
yeah,
the
this
film?
was her. This was her right here. That's her, Jess McDonald. It's a little blurry, but that's her. Jess
Yeah,
MD
yeah,
at
yeah.
Hotmail.
I've worked with him not that long ago on I
Oh,
forget what we
nice.
were doing, some ADR thing. But I
Yeah.
worked with Mac McDonald. We spent 6 weeks in the same hotel in Bulgaria working on a film.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Cool. Yeah. I
yeah,
because I know Mac McDonald, and I know that her daughter Jess did a few things for the show Gumball. That was done up there.
yeah. Stefan worked. Didn't Stefan worked on Gumball?
Yes.
Didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So that's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah. Does he know Mac McDonald too? Because I think he does.
he must. He must.
He must. I
Yeah.
wonder if they all. Yo, like, dude. I was like, Mac Mc. Do you know anybody by the name of Mac McDonald? Because I know that. because I know that he's done some video games too. He did something for Sonic and Sega. So and I'm a massive Sonic fan, and so he was the announcer on that, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get him. I was like, I'm sure you would know who he is since you all live in England. He's an American that lives in England, so I'm sure you would know
Yeah,
who he
yeah,
is.
yeah. Yeah, I'm
So
just
yeah.
trying to find him. Yeah, there he is. He played a prison warden in that film called
Oh wow.
Control.
Oh wow. And yeah,
Yeah.
he was also part of Captain Hollister too. He played like a thing called Captain Hollister in
Okay.
like the 80s. I don't know. It was a show called Red Dwarf or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
I know the
yes,
show. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, Red Dwarf. Yeah, I didn't know the show till recently, but
That was a really popular show here in England.
yeah, I mean, I wanted to get Mac with all because I have so many memories playing Sonic and Sega, and I actually have, and I got to tell him the story because I actually bought all three of the console versions of the game. I bought
Wow.
all three of the console versions of the original Sonic and Sega. So
Uh-huh.
that's crazy. I bought the Wii version, the Xbox version, and then now I currently play is the PS3 version, which I've had for over 10 years. So yeah, I got it.
Wow.
I gotta tell you got to get them on. You gotta try to let Jess and them know because I am trying to get Mac.
If I can get a hold of her, or if I work with her again, I will definitely mention your name
Please,
and forward you her email address.
please, because I
And
think her name was like at a Hotmail email. I think that was her email.
yeah, that I wouldn't know because like I said, it was only she has a different agent than I do, so we only
Yeah,
work
yeah.
together. But
Yeah,
yeah.
they work for Classpo. You worked for I forgot what voice you worked for, but they worked for Classpo Voices, I think. I've tried contacting for them.
Oh, Calypso,
Yeah,
Calypso.
I tried contacting
Yeah, yeah.
for Mac, but I didn't get a response from either Jane or
Okay,
Nicola that works there, I think. So yeah,
okay.
I've been going through a lot of agents. So
Yeah, yeah. I bet trying to get a hold of people. Yeah.
yeah, I've been going
Well,
through a
you
lot of
got me
agents.
through my acting agent, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, Adam,
Yeah.
he's British, I think. Adam's British, I
Yes,
think.
he is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Adam
so
Mendelsohn. Yeah, nice guy.
yeah, that's cool. But yeah, going into actually, there are some fan questions. I think a lot of people want to know, and I think a few people would like to know. I think somebody wanted to know. I'll start with the YouTube questions because I did a question poll on YouTube for you because I told
Uh,
Thomas and everybody went ballistic over that. And this person goes from for Farquhar. For Farquhar, and then there's a person called Optimus Prime, which is AKA Brandon. He said they want to know who was your favorite Thomas and Friends character to voice.
Definitely Spencer.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Spencer, hey Spencer, I got you toy figurine right here, and I got your movie. You're awesome, Spencer. You rock. Well,
He
Spencer's
was very arrogant, you know,
yeah,
and he liked to make Thomas feel small.
yeah.
Thomas, you're a silly little engine.
Yep, there's that voice for you guys. There you
Yes.
go. There you guys go. There you guys go. There's a voice for you. There's a voice for you guys. So
My favorite project of all the Thomas episodes I did was Hero of the Rails.
I
I
bet.
really enjoyed Hero of the Rails. Yeah.
I bet. I mean, that was a good Thomas movie. That wasn't a terrible Thomas movie. That wasn't bad. It was good. It was
Thank
good.
you. Yeah.
It was
Kind of the first
definitely
one where
good.
they came back, you know.
Yeah.
They came back. They were doing the
Yeah.
CGI. We had the whole new cast,
Yeah.
and I had a lot of fun doing it. Yeah.
And then Steam for Keen wants to know what is your funniest thing that happened during the show? What's the funniest thing?
Oh, the
Maybe that.
funniest thing that happened while filming while voicing Thomas.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was the funniest thing, but my son was very young,
Just
and
do whatever. Just say whatever your story is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So my son was very young, and I met with one of the producers. I can't remember who it was, Ian. And I told him my son's a Thomas fan, and they sent me a Cranky the Crane toy that stands about 3 foot off the ground.
Oh,
It's
I know.
massive.
I know where this is going. They're gonna be confused.
So my son was very young, and you press the button and it says lift and load. Every day I lift and load. Or whatever, you know.
Yes.
And my son is like, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
and he's looking at the toy, and he's looking at me, and he's trying to figure out how did my daddy do that? How did he make that
Yes.
toy talk? You know?
Yes.
Oh my God, I've heard those stories. I've heard those stories before. That's wild. That's wild.
I
But
know,
So
right?
but here's the thing. I do have to say secretly, I do have to say I think your dub of Thomas was definitely better than the UK dubs. So by a
thank
long
you.
shot. And
Right, that's interesting. Thanks.
here's the thing. I'll be honest about now. Matt Wilkerson, I'm sure, is not a bad voice actor, but his voice of Spencer, I don't know. How how do you feel about how do you think he did? How do you think he
You know,
did?
I've never listened to any of the English dubs. It's never. There's no reason for me to ever listen to it. You know, I only listen to the American ones because that's the ones I've worked on, and the guys that I worked with were all Americans. So to listen to their
Yeah.
versions is
And then
all
you
that's
had
ever interested me.
then you had
You know?
Martin T. Sherman, who also
Yeah,
did some
Martin
videos.
Sherman, great guy, friend of mine.
Who also did he also was Pac-Man when it- in like a GameCube in the GameCube version of Pac-Man World
Oh,
3.
okay.
He was Pac-Man. So that I don't know if he was still here in the UK doing that or if he was.
Well, he still lives in the UK. He
Yeah.
directs as well now. You know, he
Oh
works as a voice
wow.
director as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's voice directs and he also I'm trying
Yeah.
to think he was also I hear that from Stefan that he was also a scientist too. So that's
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
yeah, I'd
He's
love
a
to get
very
him
clever
on.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'd love to get him on and talk to him.
You should get him on. I could reach out to him for you.
Yeah. I reached out to his agency and I got back to him at one point. Bespoke, I think, was the agency. So
Maybe I don't know,
yeah,
but I mean, I have his number because he's a friend of mine.
all right. Well, reach out, reach out to them for me. Just let them know saying I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
on
I'd be
this
happy to
podcast.
do that.
Yeah, reach out to Mac. Reach out to whatever. Yeah, come back. Yeah,
Yeah. I
reach
mean,
out.
I mean, Matt, I know because I worked with him and he's a lovely man, but I don't see him very often.
Oh
But
yeah,
Martin, I see when he voice directs. He's
yeah,
voice directed me on a few things,
yeah.
and
Also, yeah,
I touch base with him every so often, just say, hey,
yeah.
how you doing? You know?
Also, maybe, yeah, and also, I don't know if you come across Michael Brandon at all, but I've been trying to get you know what? I know somebody who had Michael Brandon on their podcast, and I'm not going to mention the name. But I'll show
Uh huh.
you it once we stop recording. I'll show you it. I'll show you what the
Okay.
podcast is. So it's like it's yeah, it's yeah. I don't know if you come across him at all, but I don't know. He's done some few things. He also did a few acting things called Dempsey and Makepeace. I know him for that as well, but I don't really, you know, I don't. I like him for Thomas.
Uh huh.
And I tried reaching out to the composer that helped around you guys. I tried reaching out to Robert Hartshorn, who composed Thomas around that time you came.
Oh.
But as I was hearing, I think he was having some health issues, so I don't know what the
Oh.
ordeal is. I don't know what he has.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, I tried reaching out to Jules. I didn't get much from him, much from
Okay.
her. I know Teresa Gallagher very well though. I haven't reached out to her yet, but hopefully,
I'm not sure I know her.
yeah, I
Uh,
think she was the UK, and she also worked on Gumball as well. So
okay.
Yeah.
did
If I met her, if I saw her, I might know her.
yeah.
Again, sometimes you work with
Yeah,
people and you
sometimes
don't necessarily remember their name.
sometimes you know these people and you don't know about them until
Yeah.
it's okay. I'm just curious about a lot of these things. I'm curious.
Sure. Fair
So
enough.
I'm curious about a lot of these things. I like to compare. Sometimes I like to compare some things and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. So
Sure.
it's. I mean, how is the UK? How is it there? I've honestly wanted to. I've had a couple of friends who went to the UK, and they said they
Uh-huh.
loved it. So that's
Well, it's very nice. I mean, where I live, I don't live in London anymore. I live in the countryside.
oh cool.
But
Sheffield or
yeah,
something?
it's
Nice.
sorry.
Was it Sheffield? Maybe I don't know. I think Sherfield's a countryside, but I don't know.
Might be. I don't know. I live in a place called East Sussex.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. East Sussex. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard of that. Yeah,
So
I.
we have land. We have chickens and horses and
Oh, oh, nice,
dogs and
cool,
cats. Yeah.
cool. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I wanted
Yeah.
to visit the UK. But yeah, I wanted to visit the UK
Yeah.
because yeah, I watched a few UK exclusive shows that never made their way here to America, and which is kind
Oh,
of
okay.
yeah. There was some. I don't know if you know this author, Jacqueline Wilson. I've watched some of her work. I don't know if
Uh,
you're I don't know if you've heard of her. Yeah, she did a few things. I think she did something called like Double Act, and she did trying to think what else. Illustrated Mom, and then there was a popular one that's well known called Tracy Beaker, the story of Tracy Beaker. Have you familiar with any of those or no? Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
Oh
It's okay.
wow.
It's okay. I'm not judging you. I'm just curious because I want to just know. I
okay.
want to know. I want to know these things.
Sure, that's all right. That's all right. Ask any questions.
I
Well, I'm
want
happy to answer.
I want to know what the UK. I want to know what UK exclusive things that you've seen that we haven't.
Oh, it's funny though. Now with like Apple TV and Netflix and
And even YouTube now.
I mean everything
Mm-hmm.
is sort of multi. It's international now, isn't it?
Yeah, now it's
It's sort of
international. Most of these,
yeah.
yeah, most of these things back then were not international. Like that's just crazy. What's just crazy what technology is now, and
Yeah, I know.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
impressive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So I actually would like to bring up the UK dub a little bit. I don't. Did you do anything for the UK dub of Thomas? Or no, I don't
No,
think so. But I do know
no.
that somebody else from the UK dub actually came forward to the US. His name was Ben Small.
Okay.
Ben Small. Yeah, I think he took over Charlie after a bit.
Okay.
I think that was him.
Martin left Thomas before I did.
Yes, I
So
know.
they had to recast Thomas and
Yes,
Percy.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas in the US was voiced by I think Joseph May, who was another voice actor, and then I think I can't I don't know. I think not I don't know who did Percy. I can't really think. Christopher Relgen or I think maybe
Oh, Ragland.
Ragland.
Christopher
Yeah,
Ragland.
Ragland. Yeah, Christopher
Yes, I know
Ragland.
Christopher. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know he did Percy. That's interesting.
yeah,
Right.
he did
Okay.
Percy, and I think he also did Trevor as well when Trevor came back.
Oh, okay.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
That was very
Oh.
interesting. The CGI was interesting. They were getting the CGI pretty interesting. They were making it pretty interesting, and then after that, I was like, then they went to Big World Big Adventure, and that kind of degraded from there.
And that's what it is now. Yeah.
Yeah, now it led to what it is now, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
oh my goodness, it's just I'm like oh. But yeah, I do know. I will say this: one of the UK narrator, Michael Angelis, actually passed away like 4 years ago. Actually,
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the UK Michael did.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that. Wow.
yeah, he died. Yeah, he died. Yeah, he died. The same thing. Maybe this. I think it was probably the same thing as like what George Carlin passed from. I think.
Was that cancer? I think. No, didn't George Carlin
No,
have cancer?
no, he had. I think he had a heart problem. I think George Carlin had a
Oh,
heart problem, and I think Michael Angelis had a heart attack too. So
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay.
that's
Yeah, he
interesting.
did.
That's
Huh,
interesting.
sad.
That's interesting.
Bit of a
But
heart
now
attack.
going on from Thomas, I do want to talk about how was it like playing James Jameson from the Marvel game because that is pretty
J.
interesting.
Jonah Jameson. J.
Yeah.
Jonah Jameson. That was fantastic because I was a Spider-Man fan since I was very young. My
Oh
my
wow.
brother was a huge Spider-Man fan. The comic books. So I always knew who J. Jonah was. And when they cast me as J. Jonah in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, I just had a blast with that character. I just really like him.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Marvel. Yeah.
Very
Marvel.
hard talking, anti Spidey, always picking on Spider Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fun character.
Yeah. I bet. I bet it was. I bet it was a fun character. I mean. Spider-Man's been around for a long time, and
Yeah, man.
once you
Yeah.
play a character like that, that's kind of crazy that you get a chance to play a character like
Yeah.
that. You know, that's
J. Jonah Jameson. He was very sort of hard talking.
yes,
You
yes.
know,
Okay,
high cigar.
okay, yeah. There's a little bit of cranky there too. A little bit of cranky there too. I can hear a little bit of cranky too there.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Well, he's a cranky guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
J. Jonah Jameson is a
Yeah,
cranky guy.
you want to know what's interesting? I have the first game, but I don't have the second game.
Ah,
I have
I
the
didn't see
first
the
game.
first one.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
didn't
think
play the first one.
yeah, I think the first one was done, but was probably based in L.A. I think the first one because there was a lot of L.A. voice
Yeah.
actors, and I think the second one was done there in the UK. I think
In the
because
UK, yeah.
you've had Stefan, you had Martin T. Sherman, you. I'm trying to think.
John Schwab, the guy who I mentioned earlier, he's in it. He
Oh
worked on
yeah,
it.
Don Swab. Yeah.
David. Oh, I gotta look. I'll have to look it up.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think. Was Mac McDonald on it? I don't think he was.
I don't know.
I don't. I don't know if Mac McDonald was because apparently I read from Mac McDonald he was also on Bob the Builder there as well. He did a few things for
Oh,
Bob the
really?
Builder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but on like I can't spell the name. Like Calaspi voices or Celastic voices or whatever, Celasco voices or what Calaspo or whatever it's called. But yeah, I think he said that's what it said, and then he did like a commercial for Kentucky Fried Chicken. I heard it was like a Christmas commercial for like Kentucky.
Mac did. Mac McDonald did.
Yeah, Mac McDonald did. Yeah.
All right.
And you know who else
I've got a commercial running in the States now.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Cool.
On television, a television commercial. Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think what it is. I think I might have heard your voice on it.
Well, I'm in it. I'm walking and talking in it. It's called. It's for a product called Vabysmo.
Vabysmo. Wait, I think I've heard of that.
It's an eye medication. Vabysmo.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh wow. Oh wow, that is interesting.
You know, yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
So if you can find that on YouTube, I know that.
Yeah, and apparently you did some voiceovers I heard from like Toy Story 2 and then the Beauty and the Beast and stuff like that over the years.
Yeah. We call those promos. So those are sort of announcing that the film's going to be on TV.
Weren't those here for America or no? Or were they for
No, they were for the UK as well.
Okay, so they were they were there. Okay. Yeah, and you did some things for iTelevision as well, just exclusively for iTelevision. So that's interesting.
Yeah, lots of stuff for ITV. I used to do promos for them a lot.
Wow. And then
Day
they
in,
would
day
all
out.
they would all say an American doing iTelevision. I bet a lot of them would be like, that's a little strange. So yeah. I also reached out to a few more people that are living up there in the UK as well. Eric Myers, does his name sound familiar to you? Eric Myers?
Yeah, I know Eric Myers. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I know him for his voice.
Yes.
I think he did something for Pac-Man World 3 as well, so he knows Martin T. Sherman, and he also did some things for a show called Tickety Talk.
Yes.
All right.
And then he also did a few things. He also worked with Carrie Shale on Space Channel 5. Space Channel 5 Part 2, which is another great game. Space Channel 5, but it's very hard.
Is it?
So yeah, I've contacted Eric Myers before. I might get him. I might get him on as well. I don't know if he'll be the first.
He's a nice guy. I'm sure he'd be happy to.
Yeah. I tried reaching out to him saying that I was ready, but I'll go back and I'll send a fresh email saying I would like to talk to you if you would like to. So, but I don't know who's gonna be our 30 guest yet, but I'm excited. I mean, we could have put you off longer, then you could have been 30.
Yeah.
That would have been an honor.
Yeah, but that's okay. We got you for episode 29. That's okay.
Cool.
I still like it. But but oh my goodness. And also, we got some more voices here. And actually, we have something from Jordan who could not be here today, sadly. So he asks this. He says, "How much did you practice being a voice actor?" He says.
Uh, I'll only practice not to be a voice artist, but to be a character. So, for instance, I have an audition on Tuesday for an animation. So I'll
Cool.
get the So I'll get the script. I have the script now,
Cool.
and I'll look at that over the weekend. I'll read the lines. I'll read the biography of the character. They generally tell you, a biography of the character, and then
Wow.
I'll work on that character. Not so much being a voice artist. I'll just work on that on characters.
Wow.
I
That's
mean, a voice
cool.
artist, I think, is just you kind of go with the flow. You kind of
Yeah. And this,
Mm-hmm.
see how you
yeah.
feel about a character and make a decision and go with that character, and hopefully they'll like it.
Yeah, you want to know also, I'm actually very interested in knowing. Did you have to dub over the UK voices when you did Thomas, or did they dub
No,
over you? Or did they dub over you?
yeah, they dubbed over us.
Oh, so okay, so you guys were the original voices of the
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
CGI. Wow. That's so you
yeah,
guys were the original
Wow.
voices. Oh my god.
yeah.
Hey, fun fact everybody, the US dub is the original CGI Thomas.
That's
There
right.
you there you go. There you go. That's cool. That's something you didn't know. You know
Yup.
what would have been, yeah, also know what would have been interesting if either Mac McDonald auditioned for Thomas as well, or Eric Myers. I wonder if they did. I think that would be something I would have to ask them, or Jess McDonald. I would have to ask them. I would have to ask them that because that's very interesting.
Um, I don't know if they auditioned for Thomas when it came out or
I
not.
know I know they
I
auditioned for Chuggington. They did stuff for Chuggington.
Oh yeah, I remember Chuggington.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
never read for it, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people did. I think a lot of people from Hit Entertainment, the company who did Thomas, were not happy for a lot of people going over there. Some people went over there, like Stefan went over there and
Uh-huh.
he did it, and they weren't very happy when Steph. That's what he said.
Oh really?
Yeah, so that's.
Yeah.
And then I think, yeah, but he sang on some of the soundtrack for Thomas too. So that's, yeah, he sang the Sir Topham Hatt song and Misty Island Rescue. So fun fact about that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I,
Yeah,
I like I
that's
liked
Stefan.
his voice. I liked his voice. His voice was pretty cool.
Same.
His voice was pretty good
Oh,
for.
he's a great singer.
Yeah, he's big.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah,
back.
he's a very talented guy.
He worked alongside with Sam Blewett, who was British. He worked alongside with him. He worked
Oh yeah.
alongside with him. But yeah, so you haven't met. I don't know if you met any. Have you met any British people that voice actors that you voiced for?
Um. Yeah. I guess I have thinking about it.
Hmm.
Um. You know, what I do day in day out. So I meet
I
people
mean,
from. I
hey,
mean,
it's
the
okay.
thing is, I do work with mostly Americans. I'll say
Yes, I
because
know.
I
I'm
work on
aware.
American stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I know Naomi is British. Naomi McDonald is British, though, I think. But I think she has a British accent. Does Jess have a British accent too? I'm curious. I thought she had an American accent. Jess
Who's
McDonald.
that?
Jess McDonald. Did Jess
Oh
McDonald?
yeah, no, she sounds British. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. So yeah, I got to hear Mac's story because I think his wife is also British as well. His wife's also British.
Yes. Yeah. I
Wow.
think she passed away.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Really? Oh my
Damn.
gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened? Yeah, what happened? Yeah, what happened
I,
there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
to
don't
be
know. I just
honest.
remember his daughter telling me,
Oh
that
yeah.
they yeah.
When was this? Was this recently or was this
I'm not sure. I'm
a
not
few
sure.
years?
Maybe a couple years, maybe.
Oh yeah, because I think I saw a video with all of them there. I think they did a couple of
Oh.
YouTube videos back in like 2020, some Christmas videos. I think they had a
Uh-huh.
YouTube channel. Oh wow, that's that's sad. I know how it is to lose a parent. By the way, I lost my mom at age 17. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and my yeah. I
Okay.
lost my mom at age 17, so I was still like I was like right in the middle of my sophomore year of high school when I
Wow.
lost her,
Wow.
and I with my dad, and I still stay with my dad now, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely has been an up and down road. It's been an up and down road for our family over the last few years. I
Sure.
Mhm.
can't get into too much
Sure.
about that, but but it's just I'm just very honored that I get to talk to all of you guys, all these voice actors that I've watched and that I've listened to over my
Well,
childhood.
I appreciate being asked. I'm honored
Is this is I
to be
got a
talking to you.
question. Is this one of your
Yeah.
first podcasts? Because I tried looking at up your other interviews, and I don't think that.
No, I don't do them. No, I haven't done any.
Oh, you haven't done podcasts. You never were
No,
asked. You never were asked.
I've been asked, but it's organizing it. I just but my current acting agent, Adam. I've only been with him for about a year and a half, and he's more proactive. He sent me an email. He said, "How would you like to talk to this guy, Samuel?" I said, "Yeah, I'd love to." Whereas other things, my voice agency, Hobson's, are not very helpful in that way. They just sort of,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you know, they kind of they they're very busy. They've got a lot of clients, and
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. So I'm
Wow.
glad Adam, said, yeah, sure, let me send the email over.
Yeah,
Because yeah, I'm
yeah.
happy to
I
talk
thought,
about
yeah.
it now.
You know what? I did go through your website at first, but every time I sent the email, it said error on it. It said error on it.
Really?
So yeah, I couldn't send it through the email box, but I was able to send it to your
That's
agent.
interesting.
I was
Was
able.
that at info@glenrage.com?
Yes, I think so. And then he sent
Really?
me the info at Glen Rage, and I was like, okay.
Huh.
So that's how I got to. So that's how we got to you. And I'm like, wow, I mean, that's very awesome that they let you come on board. That he was able to forward this.
Yeah, I was really happy. Yeah, man.
That was it. That was able. But you know what? I wonder if Mac. I wonder does Mac have an acting agent actually, or does Mac have an acting
He
agent?
must. He must. I wouldn't know it, but he
Oh
must.
my good. Yeah, because I tried looking to see if he had Spotlight. Maybe if he had Spotlight like you did. That's how I found your agent through Spotlight.
Huh. Is he not on Spotlight, Mac?
Yeah, I wonder if he has a Spotlight. I tried looking it
I don't
up and
think
I didn't
so.
find it. I couldn't find it though, but
All right.
because maybe the acting agent would probably help me out in that way as well. Because I don't know if the voice agencies would be very helpful about that.
I don't know. Uh,
No.
But yeah, but
but
yeah.
like I said, if I see his daughter, I'll mention it for sure.
Yeah, I found
I
I
mean, I'm
found
sure I'll see her again.
yeah, I found one of her emails. Her emails was on YouTube, I think. And that's how I
Okay.
got one of her emails. It was like at Hotmail, I think, but I don't know if she has many more emails. But just try to forward this and let me know about it. All right,
Let's
and
see if I
now
have her address.
do you have any of their emails? If you do, I'd like to
Looking
try
now.
them.
No, I don't have her email address.
Oh. Oh, well the one I found Jess's. Maybe I can give you the
Oh, you did?
Hotmail one. I can give you the Hotmail one. You could send her an email about it. I can give you that one when we get
Yeah.
off.
If you want to forward it to me, you got my email address. Forward it
Yeah,
to me, and I'll
yeah,
I'll send her an email.
yeah, yeah. And also
If
there's
it
some
if it
more.
doesn't bounce back, then it's live.
Yeah.
I,
Okay,
I
and
you know.
so here's a question from we have a couple from Tori. He said, "What she's asked, what inspired you to be a voice actor?" Wow.
Um, it was suggested by a friend, and when I started doing it, I loved it.
Wow. I bet. I mean,
I really enjoy the work.
yeah.
But I wasn't inspired initially to be a voice artist. I was trained to be an actor, and I was working as an actor. But when it was suggested that I do it, I thought, you know what, this is something I'd like to try, and
Yeah.
yeah, just a whim,
Yeah,
but I really enjoyed it.
and then also, I don't think we ever got to this, but they want to know what is your favorite Thomas and Friends episode that you voiced in? What was your
Oh,
favorite Thomas and Friends episode?
the only one that I can remember definitely being my favorite, although it's not an episode, it was a DVD. Is Hero of the Rails.
So, Hero of the Rose is your favorite special? Well, I got it right here. You know, if I ever come to the UK, if I ever come to the UK, I definitely will sign this. I definitely will ask you to sign this because
Yeah, no problem.
yeah, I would definitely ask you to sign this, and I can't really sign. I don't know how you would sign a little Spencer. LOL. I don't know how you would. But that,
Yeah, it's a bit small.
but that's crazy, and that's crazy. And also, I think that might be it for fan questions. I think I sent one on Twitter as Twitter, which is X as well. So I'll try
Wow.
looking at that to see if this person asked if there's any familiar questions that this person asked. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can phone it up really quick. Let's see if I can. All right. Let's see. He says, okay. It's technically already a question that we've already been answered. He said to pass on which character from any series or any franchise did you have the most fun voicing? Okay, what have you had the most fun voicing? What?
Oh, from any series? From
Yeah,
you
from
mean
any.
um, I played a character in a computer game called Homefront, and I think his name was Jack Parrish.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool. Cool.
and
That's interesting.
that was that's probably my favorite voiceover character. But I also did the motion capture for him,
Oh
so
wow. Nice.
I had to act out all his you know movements, and we did it on a set, you know, and it was yeah, it was really fun. That's
Cool.
my favorite character. Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad that you were able to help that. I'm glad that you were able to. I'm glad that that's one of your favorite franchises. I mean, got to admit that's pretty. I mean, yeah, I would say Thomas would be some of the favorites that I've seen from you, and that's probably just me because I've
Yeah, if you're a Thomas fan, you know you would know, you know, the game Homefront. You know, I wouldn't blame you for not knowing it, but I mean, there's been loads. You know, I played a great character in Dead Island 2. I played a great character in Artifacts of Chaos. You know, as far as voiceover stuff goes, I played a great character in a show called in a cartoon, a game called Dustborn and Soul. Yeah, I've had loads. I've had loads of really memorable characters.
yes, yeah, but I mean, and like you said for Thomas, you said your favorite was Spencer. That has to be my
Yeah,
favorite too. What's your least favorite character? What's the most hated character that you voiced? I'm gonna say for me it was either Charlie or Ferdinand.
yeah, Charlie.
Oh, you hated Charlie?
Well, I
Yeah,
didn't hate it. I just had a hard time doing it because it was such a
yeah,
high range.
yeah. And oh my
You
god, I
know.
remember one of Charlie's voices too that I never like. Where do crocodiles leave their money? In a riverbank. Remember that line? And remember that line? I never for
It sounds familiar. Yeah.
yeah, he did it in like the Edward where like Edward was trying to get it was in the episode Charlie and Eddie where they were like where they were trying to race to get Sir Topham Hatt's car fixed.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if you remember that episode or not, but it's been a
Uh,
long time. I mean, it's been a long time. Don't
it
worry.
has. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, I also
So
forwarded
listen,
something. I forwarded
I
something to you. I forwarded something
yeah,
to
I
you
got it.
earlier.
I got the email. So I'll try to reach out to Jessica
Okay.
and see if
Oh,
I can get a hold of her dad. And if we
oh,
can wrap this up,
okay.
it's 9 o'clock over here. It's
Oh,
kind of late.
okay. Yeah. I'll wrap it up.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
I guess
feed
just
my
a few.
cat.
All right. Yeah, just a few more questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
So,
ahead.
what do you just want to say to all the Thomas fans out there that have just done that have just been inspired by Thomas, who like the CGI, or just who just have watched Thomas in general over the years? What would you like to say
Thanks
to
for
them?
watching. Thanks for being fans. And thanks for I'm hoping you liked the series that the CGI years that I worked on it more than
Mhm.
the current stuff and the past stuff.
Yeah,
Thanks for watching.
yeah,
You know.
absolutely. Would any of your characters like to say anything from Thomas? Maybe we can give a big,
Well,
maybe.
I'm sure Spencer would like to say thank you.
Yeah.
After all, I like to see myself as the star of the show.
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
Thomas is just a silly little engine, isn't he?
Oh,
I'm the real story.
hey Spencer, that's
I'm
not.
Spencer.
Hey Spencer, you know you're a cool character, but you got to understand, Spencer, that Thomas is still cool too. Little engines can do big things.
Oh, Thomas.
Yeah. But yeah, Spencer, hey, may I just ask you, Spencer, are the Duke and Duchess of Botsford still cool? Are you still taking them to places?
Of course. They will only travel in a grand engine like me.
All right,
They wouldn't be
that's cool.
seen being taken anywhere by Thomas.
All right, that's cool. And Cranky, I still hope you're doing good at the docks. Keep up the good work.
Well, I'm a little bored sometimes, you know. All I do is stand here and brand them docks and load, lift
Yeah.
and load.
and then
Someday I'd like to get on an
and then
engine.
and then Charlie, just keep saying good jokes if you like Charlie. Keep saying good jokes.
Well, I don't really know any of his jokes, but I can't do his voice anymore. It's too high.
Yes. All
Yeah.
right. And then last but not least, I mean, I guess Ferdinand, you don't say much
Well,
of
that's
anything.
right.
You don't say much of anything, Ferdinand. And honestly, I do have to say, you were probably better than probably your voice is probably better than maybe Matt or Keith or Ben Small in that matter. You probably were better off.
Thanks. Thank you.
So so yeah. The only time I remember Ferdinand talking was in the episode Gorton and Ferdinand. That's the only time he had any extended line. But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, but you
Yeah.
know,
He
but
didn't have a
yeah.
lot to say.
I'm trying to think. I know you've already explained. Would you like to explain a little bit anything else you're working on now before we get to the big question?
What's the last thing I've worked on?
I know you mentioned one thing earlier. So
There's a Star Wars thing that I've been doing that's alive now, but it's sort of an interactive
ooh.
Star Wars game.
Ooh.
You can play it. I play a character named Baz. Let me
Ooh.
look him up.
All right, I'll have to check him out.
I'm gonna check it out right now.
I'll have to check it out, and then I believe I got maybe one or two more questions to ask, and they're big questions. So,
Go ahead.
all right. So if anybody wants to be a voice actor or or artist, what do you think they should do? What do you recommend? What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna need to make a demo reel first.
Yeah, yeah. Make a demo
So
reel.
maybe go on to find agencies,
Yeah,
voice agents
yeah. Just
online. Find out. Have a little Google search.
yeah,
Go on to the agency websites. Listen to what the artists are doing.
yeah.
People that already have agents,
Absolutely, absolutely.
and try to make a demo reel that you feel
Yeah.
comfortable with. But understand that you're gonna have to do 5 or 6 different feels, different vibes, and then put that reel together, and then try to
Yeah.
find an agent. That's
Now
all you
I
can do.
have done now I have done some productions. I have done some productions. I haven't done like professional productions, but I have done some fan made productions and they're pretty
Uh
cool.
huh.
I've actually have done some voices over of Thomas the Tank Engine as well, of the older Thomas, and I've done some stuff for a YouTube friend of mine. And hopefully maybe he can get it somewhere. He can get somewhere with it. I mean,
Great.
I don't know if he will, but I'm sure if he keeps trying he might.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, just listen. It's persistence, because you never know when an agency is going to need a certain voice.
Yep.
And when they hear the right voice and they think, well, we've got an opening. I mean, agencies have to protect their clients, so they're not going
Mhm.
to take anybody on board if they already have somebody
Yeah.
who sounds the same.
Yeah.
There's no point. So you
Absolutely.
have to either find a slot where
Definitely.
you got something completely different, or
Mhm.
they don't have anything that sounds like that. Do you
Yeah,
know what I
of
mean?
course. And then here comes
Uh
the and then here comes the big question, which I ask everybody. I ask all of
huh.
our guests. So this podcast is called Entertainment Treasure Talk with me, Samuel Warwick, of course. And what I do is I like to ask people what are some of their favorite things? Like what is something that is entertainment treasure to you? Like it could be a music, video game, TV show. Like when you look back at it or when you're watching it or playing it or anything, you're like, wow. this is just absolutely, this is probably some of my favorite thing of pop culture of all time or whatever. Like, what is some of your favorite shows or things for pop culture of all time? What is
Wow,
the
wow.
entertainment treasure?
I mean, it's this is kind of a grown-up show, but I used to really like The Sopranos.
The
I
Sopranos.
don't know if
Oh,
you ever watched The
I think
Sopranos.
I've heard of that.
Oh, The
Yeah,
Sopranos. Yes,
I haven't
yes.
watched it too much, but I think I've heard of that. That's
and there's another one I really liked called Boardwalk Empire.
I'm trying to think.
Uh,
Trying to think. Are some of these names familiar? Just sometimes
and
it's very hard to know.
current stuff. I recently watched The Penguin, which is the origin story of the Penguin from Batman.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't
I
heard
think
of
it's
that.
on
I'll have to check it out.
Netflix. No, it's on HBO.
Oh, I'll have to check it out. That looks
The Penguin. Yeah, it's
cool.
really good.
Cool,
If you like
cool.
Batman, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
I'd say for my most recent thing, the thing that's come out most recently that I've enjoyed very much would be that the Penguin.
all right. Yeah. I mean, there you go.
Yeah,
All
and,
right.
and the Batman movie's great too. The
Yeah,
last Batman movie. Yeah.
absolutely. 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 I got, this is,
Yes.
well, Glenn, this has been an honor talking to you. I'm glad that I was I'm your first podcast to
Awesome, dude.
help
Been
out,
awesome.
to let you help out, let people know that you were there, that let people know that you are still around and that you can act and that you were able to do it. And I'm very grateful your agent came out and he spoke out and said,
I'm glad it did too. And
yeah,
I'll send you some links to some stuff. I'll
okay,
send you
thank
links to
you,
some stuff I've done.
thank you.
Some other
And
cartoon stuff.
but yeah. Now I will share something because I do got something to share off while we're about to end this. But I do got something to share because because there was another podcast that had Michael Brandon on, and I'll show you him just when we get off here. But
Okay.
all right, so yeah, but
Yeah.
that is a
Send me a link.
goodbye. But yeah, that is a goodbye from us as well. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Entertainment Treasure Talk. I don't know if this
God
is gonna
bless,
be.
man.
I don't know if this is gonna be our last episode of the year. This might. I don't know. Hopefully, I did forward something to somebody else. Hopefully, somebody else can help us out. But yeah, but thank you guys so much for supporting the podcast, for all of you that do, and I truly appreciate
Anytime.
it. And yeah, thank you, Martin, for joining and helping me out with this episode,
Anytime.
Martin. And yeah, we will see everybody on the next episode of the Entertainment Treasure Talk. Thank you, guys, and we'll see everybody next time. Bye,
Great
Bye.
job,
everyone.
Samuel. Thank you so much. Bye,
Thank you.
Martin.
Bye, everybody.
Take it easy,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
God bless.
Bye.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Entertainment Treasure Talk. We hope that you had fun and that you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, maybe you'd like to watch or hear more episodes of the show. The link to the playlist is in the description. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more upcoming episodes. And don't forget that you're awesome and that you too are filled with entertainment treasure. See you next time for another great episode of the podcast. Peace out.